Yes, folks, you read that right. Yeah, it's just me, folks. I'm on my own. Yes, I hear you all say. Anyway, yes, folks, welcome to a rather last-minute change round. It was going to be the Wednesday workshop with me and the Guru. And I was going to be launching my new build tonight, but lastminute.com plans Fox can't make it, so I thought, you know something. But look, we're on my own. We have another bit of Tankness to treat you with. So, yes, folks, the big tank's back. Yes, I'm going to be doing a bit of that tonight. I'm going to be doing the old bogies, starting them, because I might as well. I didn't see the point in launching the other build just on me lonesome. I'll shelve that till next week when little Lord Fauntleroy is back, and we can be doing something with that. But I just thought, why not treat you to a bit of tank? Anyway, I'm rambling already. This is a stream for my good friends up in the corner there, other corner cult, eModels.co.uk. Your one-stop shop for all your model making and your godhand needs, folks. So bear that in mind. So if we keep it family friendly and all of that lot, not mention other retailers, and we could just chill down, have a nice, relaxing evening. Big thanks to everyone that tuned in on Monday. And have given all the views of it, and that it is great to see that you're enjoying these little solo streams, and I shall keep them going for you as long as you want to put up with me. Excuse me, and nearly coughing me guts up there, folks. I do apologise. Anyway, let's have a looky, Kins, who is in the chat. Just have a swig of drink there because I've got a peanut went down the wrong hole there. There you go. I'm not safe to be left alone, am I? First in, other than myself, was Lee over at Anfield Road Layout in the Loft, saying hi all. Hello, Lee. How you doing, mate? Love to you and Jackie. What I will say, folks, as well, if you can hear it's a lot of wind noise and stuff going on outside. We've got we got Stone Kieran brewing up down here. So it's beginning to get a little bit rattly and brown blustery out there. So if it is too much for you, let me know and I'll just draw my window closed a bit, but I will have to put my fan on because it's a bit warm in here, folks. So bear that in mind. I'm getting the old eyes there off of Steve131 who's watching. Hello, Steve. How you doing, mate? The delectable PJ is in tonight, listening to Kylie in one ear and my dulcet tones in the other, with the old hot pants tune going. So good evening, PJ. He's probably over the moon and stood there doing the full river dance or Morris dancing, perhaps. PJ Morris dancing. There's an image. Because he's seen that Fox ain't in, so he's probably dancing a jig and all of that lot. Putting John Travolta to shame, folks. But anyway, hello, PJ. I hope you're doing well, mate. I hope you're feeling a bit buoyant, mate. We must catch up, you know what I mean. The bearded wonder is in, yes. The Cape Crusader himself. Marcus is in, he of the Captain Birdseye beard. Hello, Marcus. How you doing, mate? Lovely to see you in, mate. Thanks your ongoing continued support for everything I do. The lovely, the beautiful Jackie is in. Jacqueline Crochet Art. She says, good evening, Colin. Hello, my darling. How you doing? That's me saying hello to Marcus and Jackie. Athol is in. How you doing, mate? How's your decorating going, fella? He says hi to Colin and Fox. Yeah, Fox ain't here, mate. He's bailed on me, so we can ignore him now. Steve131 is in, as is Lee. He's saying hello to you all. Steve saying hello to Athol there. Jeff Light is in. He says, hello, Cole, and all in chat. Hello, Jeff. How you doing, mate? Big hugs to you and Maggie, mate. Hope both keeping well. PJ says hi to Jacqueline, Kevin, and the mini tiger. Yes, Sparkle. I think Sparkle in a previous life was one of those ankle nipper dogs, you know, the ones we all love. One of them bad boys. And I think, yeah, she's been reincarnated as a cat, but still got a bit of the yappy in her. Stefan Lars says, good evening, Colin, and all in the chat. Good evening, Stefan. I hope you're doing all right, mate. Athol says we've got 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. Yes, I heard that Jackie had been transferred up there for a couple of days, so that might have been her going to the hotel, mates. Just be careful. Steve131 says evening to PJ, as does Jeff. Say hello to Stefan. Wolf Richie is in, saying hi all as well. Hello, Wolf. How you doing, fella? Nice to see you in, mate, and all of that. Look. Right, I'm rambling yet again, so let's pop that over there and whop the bench cam on so you don't have to look at this prize prize face. So let's pop me lights on. Remove that. Bung all of them on and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Let's switch me arch on as well. Underneath the arch. Yep. Let's pop that there. I'll take me out off my canister. Right, it's a bit last minute tonight, as you know. So I haven't really had much chance to go ahead and prepare a lot because I had the other kit on the bench ready to go. But anyway, that's enough of me boring you. What are we doing tonight? We are going to be putting together bogies, folks. He says, get on the right page of Pilch. There you go. We've done all of this last time, so I'll show you that now before we start then. So far, we've done our big turret. You saw that Monday. We got the top half of the hole, like that. Oh, look at that, eh? Oh. And it's the detail, folks. I keep picking this up, but every time I pick it up, I'm noticing stuff that I didn't notice before. The eagle-eyed of you in the background there will see that I've got some track runs that I've been doing. I was in the Zoom last night with Kev until 4 a.m. there or thereabouts. Well, I think it was about 4:30 in the end time we finished yattering. But I managed to get 5 track runs done last night, so I'm going to keep doing them. So bear in mind, folks, any of you that are in the Zoom, after this stream, I may be going straight in there to carry these on, folks. I'll get my words out in a minute. So that's what that is in the background. There's a camera there, Cole. Don't smack it, mate. That's a grill. Pretty obvious, because it looks like a grill. And we last, on Monday, put all of these axles on. These stub axles, all of that. Oh. And then we did a load on his rump there. Let's turn that so you can see it a bit better. We did all, I think they're exhaust outlets. We done all of those. We done all the welded mounts. The hook is on there. Look at that. Oh, yeah, have you a bit of it? Get hold of you. And all of that. So we can get this all weathered up, but the real keen weatherers will spot all of these welds that you can get washes in and just all of that goodness. And then we got the plate there filling in the bottom there. So we got all of that done on Monday. So I'm going to be going in. Apparently I've got to make 6 of these bad boys. So we'll try and get them all done tonight. And I can get them put in the parts bin once they've all dried in the morning. And that'll then leave me to start putting, hopefully, some wheels together. I'm going to do these in halves, where you've got the wheel and an axle on one of them, but not on the other one. So that, because you don't glue these, but it just lets me weather and paint them off the model before, because it'll be easier for me with my big old clumsy Pat Jennings hands. And then once we're done, we'll have a load of them going on, minus the wheels. So that's what I'm hoping to try and achieve. Yeah, we all know how it goes with me. I start talking and then nothing gets done. So don't forget, usual rules apply. Belly, bench and beverage, folks. What's on the bench? What is in your belly? And what is your beverage of choice? I've knocked my camera again, apologies. But it's just I'll switch my video on, see, so that I can record what I'm doing as well, because I am filming this for eModels as well, folks. So bear that in mind. We'll have a bit of that. What else have we got going on? Jackie says, I heard that. Oh dear, I'll be the doghouse, didn't I? What else is been said? Let's just pop me chat right in the middle so that I can see you all. Glenn Kilmore is in, or Kilgore, sorry, I do apologise, saying, hi Colin, hope you're well, good sir. Hi all in chat, hope you're all well too. Good evening, Glenn. Jackie says, I've heard that. Athol saying hi to Glenn, Wolf, Jackie and Stefan. Manuel is in, saying good evening, Colin. Fox and all in chat. Fox ain't here, mate. He's bailed on me, so it's just me tonight, mate. So we're doing a bit more tank. Lord Bartley the third is in. He says, that's a big one. Hello, my lord. And yeah, thank you. The love doctor is about to speak. Yeah, I won't do that again. Everyone's saying hello to Wolf. Jeff saying hello to Wolf. Glenn, Manuel. Glenn says hi to Jeff. Jackie says Kevin has returned to the lounge. We are watching on the big telly. Hello, Jackie. All right. Oh, I better not forget. Sprue and Glue says I have Festa and all in chat because I may have forgot 2 of his comments on Monday. And I'm not saying he sulked, but he had a face like a Ruth Tyler's nail bag and a bottom lip like an half-inflated dinghy because he wasn't feeling the love because I missed 2 of his comments. So, hello, David. Make a fuss, make a fuss. Hello. Can we have some lights and some music? David's in. David's in. PJ says belly, chili with garlic bread, bench, 1/16 faux Jamie Ferrari F40. Beverages beer. Can you also let me know audio and video, folks, if you could, just to be put my mind at rest. Atal says belly, sirloin, beef ash with H, in gravy with peas, washed down with coffee. Nice. After lounge decorated, thanks for asking. Yeah, well, there you go, though, Atal. Yeah, because, don't overdo it, mate. Because, I do worry about you in a nice, manly kind of way. But, yeah, don't overdo it, mate. And, yeah, don't do the stupid stuff I do, like putting ladders on brooms and things like that. Because if you fall down and hurt yourself, I will mock you. PJ says A&V is okay, as does Athol. And Sprue and Glue's calling me a git. Absolutely, mate. Told you. But anyone's going to be a git in this world. I've got dibs on it, mate. Right. What was I doing? I was going to put them over there out of the way. Just so that I can remind myself what I'm doing. I'm having a bit of a forgetful day today, folks. So if I start repeating myself, remind me, PJ, to take the pink pill if I start being a bit odd, mate, because I'm having a bit of a funny day today. So I've got them literally right on me left there. But if you think I'm being a bit... PJ knows exactly what I mean, as does Jackie and Kevin. Just put it in caps in the chat. Take the pink one, because, yeah, I've not set my alarms or anything yet. And anyway, Wolf Ritchie, belly, chicken, fried rice, with curry, beverage, waiting for me to choose. Don't apologise, Kev, no need, mate. We'll catch up in the hangout, mate. You don't need to. Bless him. We've been gooning around all day. Dominic and his cuckoos in, saying hi, Colin. Hello, Doms. PJ saying hello to Lord David. Lord David, he says, and Sprue and Glue. Sprue and Glue says, please remember to hit that like button. Yes, folks, please do. It's nice to feel the love. And yeah, so we are doing this for our good mates up in Stoke over at eModels, and I like to share the love. They like the love being shared, and it's just what we all do, innit? So we've got all of that going on there. They go into there. And there's obviously something that holds that together, which is going to be, I think, the stubby axle bit. So let's have a look. Just to preempt myself. Bit of that. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okey dokey. They go on there like that. That don't get glued. Right. Okay, so we'll cut a few more bits off and we'll get a bogey done. I can't stop giggling because it's bogey, isn't it? Grow up, Colin. Right, we want an L9, powers of deduction, one of them bad boys. Yeah, I didn't really want to be sitting chopping stuff off sprues tonight, but like I say, it was a bit last minute today, so I've not been able to do my usual preparation for you folks, so apologies for that. You can all blame Fox. Friday when we do the frolic, you can all give him the finger of shame. Bully him, pick on him, do what you like with him because you got free reign. Yeah. Let's chop that off of there. So we want one of those. Boom. One of them. And an L10. Okay. Which is that one. So yeah, we did the timeout thing on last Friday, bless him. And yeah, people were timing him out. It was quite funny, actually. Well, I thought it was. Poor Fox was, sobbing inside, bless him. So, yeah. hopefully he'll be back for Friday. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're not doing an eModels show this coming Monday, folks. There are real life issues for some of the other members in the background, so I'll be doing a additional tank solo stream this coming Monday, peeps. Once this show's gone off tonight, I'll put up the show ready for Monday so that you all know it's there. So it's going to be me doing more 1/16 tank on me lonesome. Cue the tears. Not. So yeah, I could do it. It is an idea. What do you think on this one, folks? I could do it as the alternate Monday eModels show. So I could wing it on me lonesome, couldn't I? But, you know, do a bit of, you know, the factoid, the what's in store, all of that lot. Probably do a bit of viewing of the website or whatever. Have a think on it, peeps. I'll still do the 1/16 at the bench and all of that lot. But, yeah, we might have a laugh on Monday and do a bit of an alternate Monday show. So, yeah, see what you think. An idea. If you don't think it'll work, I'll not do it. It's that simple. But, yeah, I think we can have a bit of a goon round. Why not? I'm sure eModels won't mind. Because it'll let them know what happens when they give me the buttons and that, see. So, be careful what you wish for is what I say. Right, let's get the old nub off of this. I'm just using one of my God-hand sanders, folks. One of them bad boys. I brutalised this one the other night. I was having a bit of an heavy-handed night. Yeah, I may have slightly mullered the edges, but it's not the product. It's me. I'm notoriously heavy-handed. So, if Fox is watching this back, I told you I could destroy one of these, mate, but I'm not proud of myself. But also, I shall use it as my go-to heavy-duty sander. I've got a spare, so let's get that off of there. Didn't do a stab at it. Sounds good. Otherwise, I'll have to talk to the wife. Happy days. PJ says, when have we ever needed an excuse to take the proverbial out of Fox? Absolutely. It is the default setting in the community. We must mock him at every opportunity, folks. It makes it fun, doesn't it? And he takes it well. What we got going on there? Jeff says, belly, meat pie, crispy spuds and beans. Beverage is currently lemonade. He's got the Dodge Viper GTS still awaiting some paint that could have been delivered today that is now rescheduled for tomorrow. Happy days, mate. What else is going on in there? Chat's stuck on the iPad. Let's do a refresh. I love that, ain't you, when that happens? Luckily I've got it on there. Al said, will Fox be making the tea coffee on Monday's show? No, mate. No. Like I say, there's some real life stuff going on with a few of them, and we made a decision early in the week to make a change for Monday, which I don't mind because it gives me time to spend with the gang, doesn't it? So why not? Why not? We can hang out together on Monday, shoot the breeze and put the world to rights. I can go into our garnet mode, have a wibble, do whatever, have a moan about shrinkflation. Oh, mate, I can feel the love now. Let's just oink that off of there. One of them. Might as well grab that and all. What number's that? That's number 7. I had that in my hand just now. There it is. Right there, you pilch. Cut that off there. There you go. So we'll have a bit of that on there. Bentley says, Dominic, pizza is a Hawaii pizza. Ingredients, Dom, come on. Al says, is that ham or pineapple? Yeah, we need to know all the salted ingredients. And Bench is a 35th Jagged Tiger. And Dominic comes straight back and goes, yes, there you go. Yeah, we need to know all of the ingredients, Dom. You know how it works. My belly and bench tonight, being that it's Wednesday, is going to be bangers, mash and beans with a nice cup of rosy Lee. And I do believe, be careful here, David, I do believe I'm having a bit of spotted dick and custard. Yeah, so. Because apparently I've been good. I know. Even when I got told I'd been good, a little bit of a twitch happened in the back of my neck because I immediately felt fear, thinking if I've been good, this is going to result in me doing something stupid to get back in the bad books. This is how my brain works because I can't handle being good because yeah. So, yeah, I don't know why I've been good. I don't know what I've done. Either that or she's found my bank card. I don't know. But, yeah, apparently I've been good. Yeah. I've asked Lex. I said to him, can you inform me on how I've been good? He said, no idea, mate. You're on your own there, mate. I await, I would say I await my fate, but yeah, let's get that cleaned off because can't have that. Look at that. Big old luggo on there, Carl. Can't have that, son. Boom. Give that a little dress with the sanding stick. I'm having to be so careful on here. I've been doing a bit of research, looking at different things. And I was having a look last night, Jeff, about turret seam, and I went into one of the model forums, and some people smooth it out and others leave it there. So I really don't know what to do, to be honest with you, mate. I might just get shot of it because it is bugging me, but I always say they run an angle grinder over it, or I could put a decal on it. And there is going to be an egg. So an egg, for those that don't know, is something I put on my builds that shouldn't be there. So there is going to be an egg on this one, and there will also be raggy in there. I've got some stowage coming, and one of the bits of stowage I am going to wrap in a bit of raggy, just so that I continue the raggy thing. And my obligatory message to eModels will be written inside the kit, because why not? I'm going to go ahead with the crew. We had a chat towards the end of the stream, for those that weren't in on Monday, about me putting in a 16th scale crew. So I'm gonna do that. I was on some of the sites last night looking oddball. I think it was Jeff. Was it you, Jeff, that said Monday about Oddball and his crew from the film Kelly's Heroes? I know it was a different variant of the Sherman in that film, but it's just for me an homage to the Sherman, the film, and things around it. So bear that in mind. I'm going to say it's a what-if build, purely and simply because there's going to be someone out there that rivet counts it. I think I'll find that tank wasn't in that film. So for you folks out there that like to do that, I'm saying now it's going to be a what-if build, just so that I can get away with it. Right, we got that going on there. Right, let's put a little bit of white cap in there, I reckon, because it's going to have the tank sat on it, the weight of it, and all of that. Look, so if we start with a bit of white cap, excuse me, and pop that together. Yes, mate, I is guilty. No worries, mate. Brilliant idea, mate. It really was. Jackie says hi to Sarah Jane, because Sarah Jane has popped in to say hi while I can. With all the Muppets having an AI meeting here, the interweb will probably crash. Yes, Sarah Jane, they're having Rishi Sunak is having a get-together on AI at Bletchley Park with the world's brains. So he invited Elon Musk, and need I say more? So nothing is going to come out of this. It's going to remotely impact or stop the dangers or potential dangers. So, yeah, for me, it's almost like an old school time meeting, isn't it? So I'm surprised you ain't down there, Sarah Jane, like Wile E. Coyote, with your Acme rocket boots on and a set of boom boxes, you know the ones I mean, letting them know how you feel about them, love. You missed an opportunity, Sarah Jane. Right, apparently I don't glue that bit there, so we won't glue that bit there. Apparently that just sits in there, he says, like that. apparently it don't get glued. So I'll go with what they say. But the top bit does. So, yeah. So we'll have a bit of him. There you go. Just double check that, Colt. Make sure you got it the right way. It goes like that. They all go in once they're joined together. Happy days. And that will go in there. Pop, like that. And then that'll go on the front of it. In the letter T shape. Yeah. Cool. I'm happy with that. So it says anyway. All day long. Yeah. Have you a bit of him. Helps if you get it the right way round, Carl. Yeah. Like that. Yeah, that's what we want. All beans. Kili Dokili. So we got that. All of them. So I just make sure that looks right. Apparently that does go in there like that. Yeah, it does. Everyone say hello to Sarah Jane. Sprue and Glue says, Brainy Pete's meeting. Why is Rishi Sunak there? Yeah, Rishi and his Sunak. Yeah. Yeah, it's... I think we're all of a similar opinion, we really, aren't we, with this geezer? I don't know what it is. There's something. And it gives us a bit of the doesn't it? Because, yeah. Let's go back and just pop those sides together so that we can get that all in place and held. So we want those, put them there for a minute. We want those, and those, and these halves. That's for the bracket, so I might as well put these together first. With that, that goes on the suspension bit. The end. So pop him over there. Richard Thomas is in. He says, thumbs up. Good evening, Richard. How you doing, mate? Lovely for you to come in, mate. In case you wonder what I'm up to, I am doing the big old AHHQ 1/16 Sherman Easy 8, mate, is what I'm doing. So I'm having a bit of fun with that bad boy. And for those that don't know, it says looking for the correct page. It will be getting done in that scheme there, mate, with the old Doris face on the front there going Mr. Angry. But apparently I've been good. I know, I'm really nervous, folks. I'm not used to being good. It don't work for me. I think we should all start worrying about what it is I've actually gone and done. Put a bit of white cap on there. Get these joined so we can have the squish factor on them, and then I can put all of the non-gluable rubber things in there. Again, these will be done as sub-assemblies off the model because, yeah, I want to get these all painted, weathered and detailed off the actual kit, just to be on the safe side with it. So let's give that a little bit of a clampage. One of them, that's gonna, yeah, that might hold like that. And then we can pop these bits in. They go in there like so. They don't get glued apparently. That bit does. So it goes through those tubes then. Have a look. How they go together. They go, right, yeah. Okay, I can see it now. Yeah. They go on there. Oh. We got there in the end. Strange little contraption. Yeah. Right. Still not 100% sure that I'm looking at that right. So, yeah. That goes round like so. That comes up like that. Yeah, we got that. That bit goes over the top of it. So, yeah, got that on it, cut. That's what you want. Yeah. So you was right. Just, I was getting myself confused, folks. Swap a bit of white cap along there. Don't forget as well, folks, I'll be back on Friday doing a frolic. Hopefully be doing a bit more painty on my little Star Weaver. I really must get my spray booth set up so I can play catch up on all my kits that need priming and painting, but I've kind of been sidelined again, so I know it's no excuse, but I need to pull my thumb out, really, let's be honest. All right, get this bracket in place. Nice bit of glue along there. And every time I pick a piece of this tank up, I'm seeing an extra nut, an extra bolt that's going to have a little bit of rust and detritus around it. It is going to be one hell of a painting task. I'm really looking forward to it, if I'm honest. Probably won't be saying that when I'm doing it, but I am looking forward to it, to be frank. You know, it's going to be one of those. But Friday, I should be carrying on with my purple star weaver because folks did seem to enjoy what I was doing with that. So I'll be doing some more detail work on that this week, just to continue that build on. Let's get my little drawer of sanders out so I can go through them. A little bit of an organised there, Cole. Which one do you want? You want that one as well? There you go. The Gnu's in the chat. Oh, hello. Didn't think you could make it. He says, kids, popping in to say hi. Much apologies. Can't be with me, mate. Big hugs to all in chat. There you go. No worries. So, yeah. There you go. You can all mock him now, folks. He's in the chat. Have at him. Yeah. He's now sitting there going, what? Wait, hey, what have done? Apparently, folks, I've been good. Just saying. H has said I've been good, and I'm really nervous about it. So, yeah, it don't work well for me, does it? So let's get that all out of there. Like that. And just run a little bit of extra thin along now. Because if any of that dust has gone in the seam, it will stay there, see, like that. Get that in there. Yeah, no. Get out more coal. Everyone's asking how mum is. Glyn says, how are ya? 34 watching, 23 thumbs up. Yes, folks, hit that old thumbs up button. What I tend to do when I go in a stream is I immediately go in and I just hit that thumbs up button because I'm going to be watching it, so why not? It shares the love. It gives eModels a little bit of a boost. It is for them at the end of the day on their channel, and it just lets them know that you still love them. Got a bit of that going on. Bit of bogeyage. It says not to glue that, but it's going to wobble like a bejesus, isn't it? But not for me to reason why. All I will do as the kit tells me. So we have a bit of that going on. Stay. And then we can put a bit of white cap around these old pegaroons. Bit of glue in there as well. So, oh no, it says not to glue that, didn't it, Pilch? Is that glued? Or is that a press fit? I don't know. Let's check that. It might be a glue in the middle. Yeah, of course it is your pillock. So yeah, that can have a bit of glue in the middle because it's a support leg. Good spot there, Cole. Otherwise, yeah, that wouldn't have moved, would it, your Pilch? See, I make the mistakes, folks, so that you don't have to. So we have a bit of glue in there. Like that. And then it has glue on this centre peg to hold that in. But don't put glue on these tits, folks, because, yeah, you want that to be free moving, folks. So, yeah, you don't want to do that. So I'll let that go a bit stickety stick. Whilst I'm doing that, I can put my, whatever these are, shock absorbers, whatever you want to call them, we can get them in place. So one like that, one the other way round, same the other side, clippity-clop and all of that, look. And then they go on these ear holes, folks. So whilst that's drying, let's put the lug holes on there. This is where I twitch now and drop the lot and cry like a 5-year-old. So prepare yourselves for it to go wrong. let's just make sure that we're putting that the right way round. On that way round, it does that. We got that facing the front like so, and we got the big ring with the cutout facing me. So just check all of that, folks, and then that literally just rests in there like that, just like that. Tommy Cooper's in. And then we can put that in the old bogey, and we want this little recessed bit facing you because that's got another piece that's got to be glued on it yet, peeps. So that's ready, so we can get that in there. Please don't twitch, please don't twitch, please don't twitch. Stop. Look at that. Oh. I'm easily pleased, didn't I? And then that goes that way. You can only put this in one way. Like that. Have you a bit of that. Whoa. So we got all of that on there. So you end up with movement, folks. Look at that. Get your hand out of the way, you spud. So proud of myself. Simple things please me, folks. So we got a bit of that. And then we got this old chop here that goes on there. So let's make sure we got that the right way. A little bit of white cap on there. I'm going to let this just sit for a minute to go a little bit tacky. And then I'll press that in. Oh, it's going too well, this, isn't it? Let's have a quick look at chat. Sarah Jane says, Colin, how did H say good, as we've got 42 ways of saying good? This is why I'm worried, Sarah Jane. Because she looked at me and she's like, yeah, you can have some spotted dick and custard because you're being good. But it wasn't in a smiley, huggy way. It was just the words. So my immediate cold tremble down the side of my neck was still there because I'm like, that didn't sound like a very enthusiastic good. Am I being lulled into a false sense of security? That's what I'm wondering, Sarah Jane. What do you think? Because you know my reputation of extreme buffoonery and silliness. So, yeah. Do you think that this is I've been a really good boy and I'm, in the happy books? Or do you think that there's still potential for me to be in the doghouse? Answers on a postcard. That went well cold, didn't it? Because you put a great big clumsy thumb on it like an oath. I pulled that straight back out. Have you a bit of that? There you go. So that's what that all looks like. One of them. Sit and play with that all night. That sounded wrong. And then we've got, what else is going on the old bogey there? We've got the wheels and the stub axle. Again, that's a do not glue in there. They are. So we've got two of those to go on. A couple of L13 stubs. So we might as well get a couple of the wheels made for it. L13 is the little stub axles because I only want to put them on one wheel. I don't want to glue them together because that's I want them to turny. Let's pop that in there. Grab those off of there. Note to self, clean your bench, Cole. Make your life so much easier, son. And one of them. Have you a bit of that. And then we've got a camera there, Cole. Move you. We've got sprue number 8. Is somewhere. I'll look again, see where I'll find it. I'm going to have to stand up because I can't reach that, and I will fall out my chair. And you will all laugh at me. So let's move that. There it is. Down there. Okay. Make self-preparation, see? Preparation. You get time. Put them in there. Put them on there. There you go. All sense now. All right. Yeah, so we want those. We put that one over there out. We want an A1 and an A3. Boom. So let's have a bit of that. One of those. Like that. And that we're doing two. We'll have two of those, shall we, Carl? What do you reckon, folks? There you go. A bit of that. Let's have a quick look at the chat, just in case David's typed anything. Okie dokie. Retro says, Colin's up on the big telly. I'm fat on me sofa, snoozing his forthcoming. Oh, have I got to tell you a nice little story or something, mate, just to give you the nods? Yeah, absolutely. A couple of those. And then we want, that's A1, we want A3, which is by powers of deduction, the one with the hole in it. Nothing gets past me, does it? Like that. Like that. And like, there you go. Let's get a shot at that. Got a couple of them together and the stub axles and all of that. Right. Give these a bit of a D-nub because, yeah, where's my gripper of grabbiness? Let's pop that in there. There you go. Just so that I can hold it without it pinging, because this is me. If anyone's going to ping this across these bench, it is going to be me, and then I'll be crying. I'll be ringing up Pete, mate, going, Pete, it's all gone wrong. David has put in there, he says, that part is massive. Thanks, mate. Richard says, I'm looking forward to see what eModels has at Telford. Yes, they're going to be doing some God hand stuff up there, folks. They're going to be taking a lot of that up there. Ted's going as well, so you'll get to meet Ted. He's popping up there. Well, that's the plan anyway. We'll see. We'll see whether or not that is still on the cards. But, yeah, so they are up there. They're going to be demonstrating God hand stuff. They're obviously, well, I say obviously, they might even take some of our builds up. I don't know. They might sell Fox's Eagle Transporter. You never know. I can hear him crying now at the thought of it. But yeah, pop over and say hello to them because, yeah, they'll enjoy meeting you all. It's nice to be nice. Yeah. I'll probably have all my friends going over going, yeah, that Festa bloke, you want to get rid of him? Yeah, I don't care. Only able to hang around briefly. Festa saying you'll be good. Being good just means she's stalling for time while she comes up with relevant dire consequences. Yeah. Yeah. All right, you've got to go, Fox. Go, mate. It's no hardship, mate. Not a problem. Richard says, looking forward to that. Sarah Jane was asking about H. She says, you'll soon be asked to do something. Here's the code H is using inside the tip for you. Thanks, Sarah Jane. So I knew she had one back. Either that, or she could be lulling me into a false sense of security as well. Perhaps her and H have been talking, and she's like, yeah, you really want to confuse him, love? Just tell him he's in your good books, love. He'll never know what to do. Perhaps it's a conspiracy against me. You never know. Stranger things have happened, folks. Yeah. I await to see how I ruin this for myself, because it's going to happen. Because just when I start being on the good step, I immediately do something remarkably stupid. So ask me again Friday whether I'm still in the good books. And if I reluctantly go, yeah, it didn't last, you know I've been talking to me feet again. Because that's what us blokes do when our wives give us a rollicking. We stand there talking to our own feet, don't we? Let's give that a dust off. There you go. Get rid of all that. Have you a bit of that. Sling that down. Now, Athol says, well, Colin, if good is like what I heard tonight when Mary and Celia, her daughter, nice name, came up to mine and found half of last night's Aggies top pizza and said, what is this, Domino's pizza? What you should have said is gone, no, it's mine. Fox says, right back, taking care of Mama Fogs. I thought, yeah, no worries, mate. We know what you're doing. See you in a while, mate. There you go. Let's have a bit of that on there. No need to announce, dear. Just go and do your duties, dear. There you go. That's him. And if you're watching, Mum, give him hell, love. Play him up. You know you want to. And big hugs to you, darling. But have him running around, love. Get yourself a bell and just sit there ringing it all day and say, oi, you, slaphead. I've got an empty cup here. I want a full one. Call yourself a carer. I might send Mama Fox a bell so that she can summon him. Oh, that would be hilarious. What do you reckon, folks? Fred, I should send her a bell. Everyone's saying later's Fox. Yeah. How you been, Sarah Jane, anyway? Have you been keeping well, my darling? I've been missing your dulcet tones in my little streams, love. So just want to make sure you're okay. Obviously, you can't publicly talk about things, I know, but you know what I'm like from the bottom of my heart, darling. I hope you're all right. Because I'm a big old softy. Don't believe the facade. I am a big old softy in real life, folks. A bit of a gentle giant, but yeah, I do think of you all. Getting all Bob Ross there, mate. Are you asleep yet, Retro? Just asking. Apparently that goes in there. Yep. Apparently so, anyway. Yeah. Bit of a gap in there. That's the side that has got that. Yeah, coal. Goes in that one, mate, because, yeah, left and right. See? See what I mean, PJ? I have one task, mate. That's why I didn't look right, because I'm trying to put it in the wrong half. Yes. Budgelan. Yeah, this is what happens when I have to change things at the last minute. My routine that I had for myself has gone a little bit Pete-tong, and I make happy little accidents, as Bob Ross would say. Just get myself a little fan brush and beat the devil out of it. There you go. I haven't got the big afro that he had, though, folks. For those that don't know, Bob Ross was an artist that sadly died in the early 2000s, I think. It might have even been earlier. Back in the 90s even, 93, 94, if I'm right. I could be wrong. But he basically was an artist, used to do a program called The Joy of Painting. But he had such a relaxing demeanour about him. It was compulsive television back then. And by Christ, could the guy paint and all, you know? So, yeah, I love watching his stuff. Well, they're doing the reruns at the moment on the old Goggle Box, and Muggins here has been sitting there watching him, and yeah. So that's my little therapeutic thing. If I need to relax, I watch a bit of Bob Ross. I'll also go on YouTube and I watch Craftsman. And if I haven't slept for a while, I go and watch my dear old mate, Spiddy QH channel, when he's doing these watch strip downs and stuff like that. Because you think I've got a soothing voice. You want to hear this geezer, mate. Honestly, he's got a soothing voice that would soothe anything, folks. He really has. Pop that in there like that. Clip. There you go. And then we can go round and we can dress all of these seams up once they've all gone off. And what I tend to do is I run a bit of white cap round there a few times around the old rim there and let it go all gooey, sticky for a couple of days. And then I go over it with a buffing stick and it just knocks the edge off, but it gets rid of all of that. So that's a big old seam in there. So yeah, we'll slap a bit of that in there now, just to fill that void in. So just start brushing it. And I just keep at them and at them and at them until it goes. So We've got the other half to do on this wheel. Yeah. Make sure that there's no nub poking out, which there isn't. Put that little bearing in there. And then we'll do the same on this one. Oh, let's have a look again at the chat. Sarah Jane says, as a member of staff, she says, I'll look after you. Thanks, boss. She says, I'll message her. Oh, thanks, Sarah Jane. Yeah, you know what I'm like. I am a absolute born worrier, darling. I don't see me mates in the chat. I worry that they're all right. It's just me. And, I either message them or whatever. But also, I am mindful. There are times when folks just want to be left alone. So I don't like to push it, if that makes sense. But I do worry about you all because at the end of the day, it's like anything. Over the years that we've all been doing this and coming into each other's streams and that, you do form friendships and bonds with people, and you get used to interacting and bantering with folks. So when you don't see someone for a little while, me personally, I start brooding and I start getting a little bit anxious that, are they okay? Are they well? And that, and then I normally reach out and go, look, if you want to be left alone, I understand, but can you just give me a thumbs up that you're all right? Because I'm worried about you. And then they'll tell me off for being a soppy old goat, but can't help myself. You're me mates, you're me friends. Right. Let's get rid of that. Off of there. Again, we'll come back and dress all of this up at a later date. But I just want to get them together to start the process. And that's the beauty of this white cap stuff. It does squish out a bit of the kit plastic and does do a nice job of starting to fill the voids. So that'll be a pair of them. That's got a big gap in it and all, so we'll get a shot of that. Start the ball rolling, Cole. Put a big old wodge on there for a minute. And then gradually over a few days, I'll just go round and add more and more to it. Right. So we got that, and that. A pair of stubs. So we'll have them in there. Are they a resistance fit? It looks that way, doesn't it? Interesting. Yeah. I'll still put a tinsy-wincy little bit of cap right on the end of that. He says, let's give that a quick get rid of that. Just to get shot of that. But I'm hoping then, see, that this will press straight into the end of the bearing. That's what I'm hoping. Or will it? No, don't put it on the end, you bilch, because that's the wheel. You actually want it, just the tinsy-wincy bit in there. Is it going to resist it? I don't think that's enough. What I should have done is put the bearing on one half, pop that in. Yeah. Oh no, don't make no difference what you're doing. This is my reasoning process going on here, folks. You'll get used to that. Tinsy-wincy bit there. And then we should then be able to put that in, twist it. And it should bind like that. Just keep twisting that for a little bit just to make sure. Glyn Kilmore says, I'm sorry to be random, but I can ask a question or two on 3D printers. Ask away, Glyn. No problem, mate. I'll do my best, you know. I mean, I 3D print. I'm not going to say I'm an oracle on the subject. I leave that to everyone else. But by all means, ask me anything. And if it's something I do, I'll let you know. Lord Bartley said he did 3 of every picture for timing, but they never change, and one woman got a copy of every picture Bob did. Yeah, he used to have a lot of preparation stuff, didn't he, where he would have a fully painted version just off to his right that he was often looking at. And yeah, I admired the bloke, I really did. I I just thought he was such an amiable fella. But yeah. Do any of you, anyone else in the chat 3D print? Interest, you know, it is quite a thing now. I mean, I've been doing it quite a few years now, so I've gotten used to implementing 3D printing into the hobby. It's what I do, but I do like it when other people say that they've got printers or they've just got printers, because I can share the journey again with them, because it is a wonderful addition to this hobby. It really is. With the cost of 3D printers now becoming more affordable, it is an option that a lot of modelers can have on the bench in their armory, because if I need something and I've got an STL for it, I could just send it to print and it'll be doing its thing and it's ready for the next session. So I'm all for it. I think it's a wonderful thing. Thoroughly enjoy my 3D printing journey. A few of my mates have got them, you know, and we quite often sit there and have a yatter about the 3D printing world. There you go. Again, all that detail on the inside there of all its nuts. You know, look at the nuts on that. Sounded wrong, didn't it? Yeah. Don't say that again, Carl. Yeah. Give that a twist just to make sure that it's not binding. And what'll happen, see, is they'll end up going in these big old bogies like so, and giving it the old spinnykins and all of that. But I'm not going to attach them to the model yet, because I want to do all of the painting of all of this. Get that all done, get the wheels all done and deseamed, and then the last thing I do once the tracks will go on is I'll have all the inside wheels on, put the tracks on, and then I'll go around and just drop the outside wheels on with a dab. And then, yeah, we'll have a really good time. Yeah, I won't do that again. So that's a bogey there. So that's axles. I'll put another two of them together, actually, because then that'll be non-axle wheels, so I'll have a complete bogey. And I've got to make 6 of these, folks, so I am going to lose the will to live at some point, but that's the thing when you do these big tanks and well, all armour, you do have a lot of repetitive stuff. Didn't want that half of a wheel. I'll pick that up later. First twitch of the night, got me. But yeah, I had it with the London bus. You know, you get all the different seats and everything, and you sit there and you're like, yeah, I'm really losing the will to live doing these seats. I sat in the hangout the other night with Kev. We sat there chatting for hours and, yeah, just beavering away doing me tracks, and why not? So that's all I tend to do. Have a yatter in the hangout or put a bit of music on. Nice little playlist going on in me lug holes, and beaver away doing me track halves. Where did that go? He says, can't see it anywhere. Ah, there it is. Try looking, Cole, right by your tongue. You the old man noises. We got it. Right. Good question, Glenn. He uses a filament printer. He says, but I'm a little hesitant to change to resin due to hearing bad things about the smell of resin. Well, modern resin printers come with big charcoal filters. I'm lucky, just to the side of me. I'll just move my camera. I've got my filament printer just there. That lives there with all of the filament, and then you can see in the corner there, the red one with a skull on it is me resin printer, the yellow is me wash station. But I have, where that skull is, that's a warm air heater that warms the resin up. But on the back, I have an extractor fan that goes into the ducting that I have running under my bench, and it vents it straight out to the real world, mate. So I'm pretty lucky in here because I've vented everything. Does it off? Yeah, it can smell a bit, mate, but, you know. It's one of them. If it's in the man cave, which mine is, I normally set the print up at the end of me day. So say like tonight, if I wanted to print something for this tank, I would have everything ready to go. And then as soon as I press the end stream button, I start the print job. And then I go have me dinner, go next door, and I don't have to worry about it because it's printing away in here. I ain't in the room. And I leave me extractor going. I have a bathroom extractor fan. Basically, it looks like a jet engine, and what hose goes in one side, goes in the other, and then that fires out through the air brick in the wall there. And that's what I use, mate. And I've had that printer going in a live stream on an eModels Monday, and I ain't smelt nothing. So, but some people, I mean, Dave, who I stream with, he's got a nose like a bloodhound, and he opens the bottle of resin and he's sneezing like a good one. You know, he's a bit of a princess when it comes to the resin fumes, but some people are. Some people it don't bother. Other people, you know, it gets on their canister. So do you think, he says, it's as bad as people say? Not really, mate, to be honest with you. When you're sanding it, make sure you've got a wet cloth on your bench like I've got here. Wear a respirator, proper respirator with 3M filters on each side. I can't reach mine at the moment. But yeah, I don't have an issue with it, mate. Obviously, when you're handling resin, gloves, all of that lot, I don't have to go into the safety side of it. But you can get water-based resins as well. But yeah, for me, the only smell I pick up is from the cure station when I've been working with the IPA, mate, if I'm honest. That's the only thing that I can pick a whiff of. But like I say, I leave my printer going overnight with the window open because I don't sleep at night. I just grab little power naps through the day. So having the window open for me ain't an issue. But it extracts straight out of our place. Depends on your environment, mate. Again, if you're thinking that it's going to bother you, then don't do it, mate. It's as simple as that. If you don't think you're going to get on with it, don't waste your money. I mean, I started out filament printing, but I just wanted to go that bit more with detail, and the only way I could do that was use resin printing. So that's why I got so into it. But it certainly helped me with a lot of my work that I do, because a lot of the embellishments I do, like the Bluey car, for instance, prime example. Sorry, PJ. But me and Fox did a Bluey car build, and I did a lot of bespoke custom work on it, and all of that went through my CAD software and got 3D printed and made the build possible. So for me, the 3D printing is an essential. Same as when I did the Death Race Mustang for James. A lot of the panels on that were bespoke 3D printed stuff. So I thoroughly enjoy it. I'd recommend it to you, mate. But I'm not in your environment. Obviously, if you've got young kiddies or you know, you're going to have them set up in your lounge, then obviously you're going to get a little bit of a resin smell, mate. So what do you all think in the chat? Do any of you struggle with the fumes with resin printing? You know, I'm very health and safety conscious when I'm working with uncured resin and that, you know, it's proper gloves and all of that gubbins, because trying to get one set of lungs, folks, look after them is my motto. But no, it's not a problem, mate. You ask whatever questions you want in here, folks. Phil says, Carl Fox, I don't seem to be able to find the Beaumont anymore. Has it been ended? No, it's on there, mate. Yeah, the model making Beaumont Facebook group is still there, mate. Let's have a look, see if I've got browser open where I can bring it up for you, mate. Bear with me. I'll see if I can copy and paste it. I don't know whether Fox is still in the chat, see, so I'll see if I can load it and get the link for you. He says, thanks for your input. Not a problem, Glenn, mate. You're on me messenger. PM me, mate, and I'll go into more detail for you. Automaker's boom up. Let's have a looky-loo. Oh, it says I found it. I think the thumbnail has changed. Right. Yeah, we do posthumous thumbnails in the boom up, mate. If anyone's bereaved or it's anniversary time. We've had a lot of our community friends have died over the years. So when it comes to the anniversaries of their deaths, we like to put a different thumbnail up on the boom up because, yeah, it's what we do. Glad you found it, mate. I'll close all that lot down then. Bit more glue around the edges. Not worried about the nubs at the moment because I've got to dress all this seam afterwards. So have a bit of that on there. Little bit of that on there. Give it a squish. Retro says, I find the resin does add an odour to the area when I'm using it, but it's not awful. Exactly, Retro. It's there. You know, you get a little bit of a, but for me, I don't find it stops me in my tracks, to be quite honest with you, whereas some people do. Some people, it's the end of the world to them, you know, but me personally, it doesn't seem to bother me. And I've asked the wife as well. I've said to her, you know, does that pen and ink glove? And she's like, no, I can't smell it. She said, you got your vent on. She said, so, you know, she said, I can smell it outside when I walk past to come in. She said, I know when you're printing. She said, but certainly not in the house. So I'm pretty lucky because under Bruce Willis behind here, I have a rectangular cutter that goes, I have the rectangle ducting underneath this bench all the way along the wall. So if I'm spraying, my spray booth will go here, but I can drop the vent straight into that adapter, switch me pump on, and it sends it straight out the wall. So when I did my 3D print setup, I just extended that duct along, run ducting up the wall, and then the printers, they extract straight into it. So a little bit of forward planning there saved me a lot of hardship. So, yeah. I don't know what your setup is, Glyn. Where you're planning to do it? PJ, cheers for that, mate. He said he's just checked and the boom up link is up and live and that. So, yeah. Probably just a change of thumbnails caught him out because, yeah. But we like to put a posthumous thumbnail up whenever it's a member's anniversary. So, yeah. It's just our thing. Right, so that's another wheel, and then they'll go on. That'll thread through the back like so. Then that'll go on the front when I'm ready to add it, and that'll be a bogey for you folks. The size of that. It is a beast, isn't it? How many of you out there are really, really tempted? I think you are, aren't you? There you go. So let's have that going on there. So that'll be one. So I'll have all of those in the parts box when we do the next one. So I might as well carry on and put some bits and pieces of these together. But I like to build one complete like that, purely and simply so that I can have it just off shot. So that if I do forget where I'm at with a particular part of it, I can just use it as a little guide, like a former almost, for anyone that used to do metal work or whatever. You used to always make a former, didn't you? You'd have it off there so that you could line your metal fittings up to make sure that you was within the parameters. I used to have a lot of the jigs when I used to do the trike frames, especially the floating suspension and that. You used to be able to put the tacked section in the jig ready to go, so I knew it was going to stay true to everything else. So I do like a good jig, I must admit. I do print a lot of them. I've got aircraft jigs, I've got motorcycle jigs that I've made through 3D printing. Absolute godsend for me because I can put the bike in there, and if I'm having a bit of a shaky day, I'm not dropping the model. It's in a nice moto jig that is on the bench. I can go about it, not worry about my clumsy grey O fans wrecking everything. Let's get a little bit of that gone. If it's meant to be a casting seam and I'm sanding it off, not a problem, because I've got mud going in here, accumulated grass detritus. He says no permanent setup due to kiddies. There's the thing then, there's the rub, mate. If they're young, obviously you need to store the resin well away from them, mate. I don't need to tell you that. You're a parent, you know the score. Yeah, if your environment isn't conducive to it, I'd say not yet. It's that simple. The minute you think, oh, what if one of the kids was to grab hold of it, or then yeah, you need to, I would say, have a dedicated area for them. You just don't want to keep having to pack them up and move them away, mate, because what are you thinking of printing? What is it you're after at the end of the day? Let's get rid of that off of there. But yeah, it really, for me, it's simple things like this. You know, if I want a load of jerry cans for it, rucksacks, helmets, all of that sort of thing, stowage, I can sit and lay that all out on a file, scale it up to 1/16 scale and just print it. But for me, it's a no-brainer, the 3D printing thing. He says, I don't have a permanent setup stroke workbench, so it would be in my bedroom and kind of running through the night. Not great ventilation where it would be located. Me personally, then, at this moment in time, I'd say no, mate. Phil Lewis is like me. He always uses a respirator with appropriate filters, nitrile gloves, arm protectors when handling wet resin. Yes, I have. This might be something you can think of, Phil. What I tend to have, especially in the summer, I have an old sweatshirt where I cut the sleeves off. So I put the sleeves up my arms. And my missus sewed a bit of Velcro to them, so you could just tighten them up. So you have these fleece arms with your gloves over them, and it's perfect. Let's see if my mask is reachable. Yeah, it's up there. I can't get to it at the moment. But it's basically a resin. Oh, there it is. I can reach it just from there. Let's get me grabber. There you go. One of them is what I use, but I've got another one coming that's got the full perspex, full face ventilated one. So I'm going to be using that as well, because recently I had a twitch and I had resin flip back and go all over my face. So it's happened to me once. So I'm going to be going to a full face one with the glass screen on it, because if it happens to me once, it'll happen again, won't it? And the last thing you want is that to get in your eyes. So, but yeah, if it's going to be in your bedroom, mate, then yeah, you'd probably be better off having a dedicated workspace for it, Glyn. To be perfectly honest, mate. What do you think in the chat? Do you think I'm being overcautious? But he's got young kids. It's going to go in his bedroom. If he's asleep at night, breathing in them fumes and that, yeah. Yeah, he says similar to what I use, yeah. I mean, I've got one over at the lockup that's got the big air pipe on the back that I used to use when I painted the motorbikes back in the day, but it's just too cumbersome in the man cave because it's a proper full-on one, you know, so I just think that would be overkill for what I need at the moment, so I'll just get a more compact version. Right, we have got that going that way. Just wanted to make sure so that we get that, and the bolts then face up the top. It goes that way, like that. How are we doing? 22:14. We'll go to past tonight, folks, because I am mindful that it's ump day today. It's the middle of the working week, and a lot of you get up to go to work in the morning. And obviously, those of you that are on the continent are a couple of hours ahead of us. So I'll go to 10:30, and then that'll let you all get away a reasonable time to go about your business. Just make sure you got that the right way up. Yeah, it is the right way up. I always check and double check because I don't know why I looked at the instructions then, because just there's the one I've already made. Yeah, taxi for a pilchard. We got that one. So I'm going to go ahead and build all of the right or left hand, my left hand side ones. So I might as well do that. Get rid of that. Because they're on the bench, so I might as well get the half and half done. And then what I could do is I could sit in the Zoom then and do the others and I'll film them because, yeah. Right, get rid of that. There. Same there and under there. May well be a casting seam actually, looking at it, but there's a nub right over the middle of it. So you've got to scrape that off because it sticks out like a blind cobbler's thumb. Now you're losing it anyway, so I might as well just sand it off. But leave the surface keyed so that when I start putting in my own brew mud and grass mix, which is basically a muddy ground, and I then put static grass into it, mix it all together, and then I wash that in the tracks and that and bits and pieces so you get a bit of grass, mud, detritus all stick into it. Because why not? It's funny, the other day I was thinking of a diorama for it, and then I thought, Carl, it's 1/16 scale, mate. It's going to be about 6 foot wide. So, yeah. I should still weather it up. I might just have it on a little tinsy-wincy vignette. You know, a little bit of muddy, grassy ground. Perhaps a bit of a knackered old drywall just in the back there. But it's, you know, it's on a grassy bank or something, you know. But nothing spectacular because, you know, if I put a building on and that, you think of the size of the building if it's 1/16 scale. So it's one of them. I think it'd look a bit naked if it wasn't sat on something. So we'll see. But well into the crew, Jeff. I'm going to be carrying on with me search and get me STL files all sorted out and get that all sorted so that I can scale them up to the appropriate size. Because I think that'll work a treat, mate. Just gives it a little bit of a story because it hasn't got a full interior. I just think, you know, a few people poking out. All right, mate. Like my tank. I think it'll work. We're replicating that. So let's have a bit of you in there. Bosh. And we can pop that in there. Half done. Let it squish out. Because it'll look like rubbish that's begun to accumulate in the seam. Not worried about the seam because if you look, there's bolt holes and brackets. So it's holding these two halves, clamping them together. So I ain't worried about that. Not when you've got mud, grass and everything going over it. So that's the obligatory. If you heard a scraping noise there, folks, that's our tub. What it is, us neighbours, we have a little bit of a goof around here. We've got this, you know, the little green recycling tubs you get for your beer bottles and things like that that you put out for the recycling. We've outside my place, we've got what we call the green. So it's like a big long rectangle, and there's a path that comes up. It goes around that side and up, but also comes around this side so we can all get to our little row of houses. And then it goes up the way to the precinct up the way there. Well, we stick a little tub on one corner. So when you get a storm, the tub works its way all the way along. Then another gust of wind blows from another direction. It'll send it back. And it does a lap of the green. And it keeps us lot thoroughly entertained, to be quite honest with you. And that's what that scraping noise is. That's the tub just going past my window. Yeah, it's rather silly, I know. But it's our way of knowing you know, it's getting stormy because you just hear the tub going along the ground there. Keeps us occupied in this little row of houses because, yeah, none of us really get out much. That's what I'm trying to say, yeah. But yeah, silly little things. Do you do anything silly around where you live? Little things like that, folks? Is that something you guys do, or are you mature adults and are like, can't grow up? Give that a scrape under there. One up under there. Let's just check the chat in case David's put a post in. Don't want to upset him. I'll go to rest. See you, Colin, says Manuel. A good rest of week for everyone. You take care, Manuel, mate. Thank you very, very much for popping in, mate. Sarah Jane says, confused. What are kids? People like me, Sarah Jane. I'm a kid. I'm a child, love. Yeah, you don't want. Could you imagine an house full of Festas, love? That'd be your worst nightmare, wouldn't it? What possibly could go wrong? I keep threatening PJ that he's going to open his door one day and I'm going to be stood there in the hot pants going, all right, geez, can I come in? Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine now he's Googling security devices and video bell cameras. Yeah. That's what I have here. I have a video bell system here because obviously with my mobility, I can't always get to the door quick enough. And most of the delivery people, they don't wait around because they're so busy. So if they don't bother reading the bit that says leave it in the drop box, they'll just abandon it. So I have the video doorbell and I can see who it is. But no, 90% of them know that all they've got to do is they just walk round the corner, see the drop box. If the window's open, they just shout in and go, just putting that in there. And they lock it in there for me. But you get the odd new one that starts, they're not aware of that. Sometimes forget to put it on my delivery instructions. So I can't blame the drivers. But the video doorbell's a lifesaver for me. Especially when it's the Jehovah's. So, yeah, because, I can have fun with them, see. Sand that off of there. Have a scroll up, see if there was any more bellies and benches. So we'll have a swig of tea. Phil Lewis says, I also have a filtered fan running when printed belts and braces. Yes, I've got a fan on the back of the resin printer that extracts it into the ducting. And then I have, like I say, the bathroom extractor fan that then sends it out the tube and out through the wall. But I have my big 16-inch industrial fan here going when I leave the pardon me, ring the room. David says pink tablet. Yeah, oh, well done, David. Thank you. Good shout. See, I told you I'd forget. Was I been a bit odd, mate? That's better. Jeff says, cool, mate. Phil Lewis has posted up his latest 3D print build in the Boma. Absolutely. PM me, Glenn, if you've got specific requirements, mate. We'll have a chat. Because, if you're desperate to have something printed, mate, I'll just print you something and ship it up to you, mate. Just, if you can do the postage for me, mate, I'll be an happy bunny. Phil Lewis, just seen your spacecraft frontier from Starfield on the Facebook page. It looks fantastic. Well, I'll be over there in a while then, mate. Athol's off to bed as it's been a long day. No worries, Athol. Take care, mate. Sarah Jane says, Colin, I think that tank would look brilliant with the Kenny Everett general character in it. Oh, do you remember him? With the big old shoulders, with the big old brushes on there, the shoe brushes. They've got a name. Yeah, them. JC Bricks and Builds is in, saying hello. Hello, geese. How you doing? Donald Mackenzie says, sorry, I've been studying for an exam on Friday morning. Nuclear metallurgy of radiological protection. Got that right. It's Friday and I need some model fun. Absolutely, mate. If you want, send me a PDF of the book and I'll sit and do you an audio book, mate. You'll fail miserably your exam then, won't you? Everyone said hello to James. Retro says, through the video doorbell. Yeah, we found Jesus. He said he doesn't want to talk to you anymore. I've been everything from a Muslim, a Buddhist. I've been Hare Krishna. I've been all sorts, mate. I do like to mess with them. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. If someone believes, then they believe and that's their thing. But I don't go down to churches and say that it's a load of maloney, do I? So they should be able to respect my views. That's all I'm asking. I'm not deliberately rude to them. The only time I am, and I've had it with one of them, it was is it Mormons? But we had some of them fellas turn up. And, you know, I was polite. You know, it's not my thing, mate. I'm not a religious man. I haven't found faith, blah, 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 blah. I went to close the door. Now, for some reason, this bloke made a very, very stupid and ill-informed decision. He decided to put his foot in my door, between the door and the door frame, to stop me shutting my own door. This resulted in me being laid flat on my back with both feet kicking the door, trying to break his foot because he gave me the hump, folks. I thought he was taking a liberty doing that, but yeah. So that's the only time I've got annoyed with them, because to me, yeah, I thought that was just totally disrespectful. They went down, in my opinion, for doing that. His foot didn't go down for quite a while. It was rather swollen. But yeah. Have any of you had the hard sell people like that try to do something like that to you? My wife had it once. Again, it was these people that knock on your door asking you to switch your gas and electric. I don't know whether they still come, well, they certainly don't knock at our door anymore. But it was a huge thing. And this particular day, me and my missus have a couple of code words we use when you get door knockers. So if she feels she's under duress, I ask a question, and when she gives me the answer that we've agreed, I then go to the door and rescue her. You know, not that she needs rescuing. She can look after herself. But sometimes, you know, especially if it's someone big and burly, you know, she can feel a little bit vulnerable because she's only 5 foot. She's a tiny little dot of a thing. She weighs about as much as that scalpel. So anyway, this particular day, this particular chap who was trying to get us to convert was basically been a bit of a bully towards her. She was politely saying, you know, I'm all right. I'll use gas for me gas, electric. He wouldn't take no for an answer. And he started getting right up in her face about it. So I was upstairs and I could hear the tone of her voice slightly change. So I asked the question. And, you know, I was a lot more mobile back then, but I went down the stairs like Usain Bolt, and this guy was pretty much, it was explained to him that he shouldn't be doing that. That's all I'll say. I don't know whether any of you get that, but to me, there's a boundary. And sometimes people cross it, don't they? Right, what we got going on? Donald Mackenzie is excellent. That's definitely an ideal for audio book. Let's make a fortune. Could you imagine it, mate? Imagine me doing Hamlet, couldn't you? Alas, poor Yorick. He says, got a gear, says Yorick. Retro says it's illegal to sell things utility at the door-to-door where I live now because so many elderly people have been scammed. Yeah, we had a thing here. It was done through the then neighbourhood watch people, and it was little stickers that went on the door, which basically said, you know, don't knock on here, but they would still do it just to be looks. But it was a huge thing, especially in the mid to late 90s. Not so much now, because I think they've gotten used to the fact that we're still here, and I've got a bit of a temper if they take a liberty. So, I just think it's naughty. I really do. And if I want to buy something, I go online and I buy it. I don't need someone to try to force me to buy it. The last time I had one that I really messed with other than that was the double glazing. We had a knock on the door. The fella says, oh, you know, I'm from so-and-so. I said, oh, yeah, what are you doing? They said, double glazing. I said, see that sticker on the door that you've just knocked on? What does it say? He says, triple glazing. I said, so why would I want double glazing, you pillock? He said, well, you know, how stuff. I said, look, take the hint, mate. I've already got it. I don't need it. I said, I've got one wife. If you're trying to sell me another one, I'm going to turn you down because I don't need another one, mate. You know what I mean? But yeah, he started getting a bit silly, and it's like, dude, you got a choice. Walk away or not. So, But like I say, just across the other side of the green there, we have some of the Walden patrolled old people's little single story bungalows, basically. So we always keep an eye out for them, because once they leave our little line of houses and go the other side, that's all the old folk. And the minute we see them heading over there, we'll just trundle over and go, oi, leave them alone. Come on. They're old folk. You don't need to bother them. Leave them alone, mate. There's a liberty, isn't there? It's like if we see people loitering down that little alley there, we move them on, because it's all old folk in there and they don't need people lingering around outside their houses, because, yeah, they're frightened, weren't they? Like in the winter, my eldest boy still lives with me. He goes along them and knocks on all their doors. Do you need anything from the shops? I'm going up the shops. You got food? You got this? You got that? Especially if there's snow on the ground. Do you need your shopping? Have you got your pension? Do you need me to go and get it for him? They know him. They know where he lives. They know who he is. And he'll go and do their shopping for him. And I like that. I admire that. Because how many young fellas would do that? So that's why I say I'm proud of my sons, because they are very compassionate blokes like that. And I've never told him to go and do it. He just doesn't, does he? It's his thing. Right, got a bit of that. How are we doing for the Harry? Yep, it's 1:30, so we'll put this one together and then we'll let you all go. It's a little bit shorter tonight, but I am mindful that it's hump day and that, you know, you're all probably getting a little bit, because it's the end of the working week and all of that, like middle of the working week even, Cole. So, yeah, I'll get up for work in the morning, and you don't need me keeping you up too late. So that's what we're up to. We've done some bogey wheels, got them ready. I'll carry on and do all the others and get all the other bogies built, like this one. Oh, have you a bit of him? And I'll get all of them built off air. Don't forget, I'll be back Monday doing an eModels stream, because real life and all of that lot, the others won't be able to make it. So I might as well do another solo stream to put me out on. Might as well do another solo stream for you. So I'll do a bit of the 1/16 tank on there. Let's pop that on there. Shock horror. So I'll do a bit more of that Monday, but I might throw in a bit of an alternative eModels, throw in some factoids for you, because I forgot tonight. And I've said to folks, because Panzer's in there, he might not know this, but I've said to folks, if they want me to pop to the store and show new releases or anything like that, you've only got to ask me and I'll sit and do that. He says, I've always found that cleaning my shotgun when answering the door always makes interactions extremely fast. Must be my act off look. Absolutely. I've got something to ask you. I've asked it in the chat before, but I know you're a bit of a nerd with your armour. And I've been on a few sites, and I spoke with Jeff on Monday. But see that turret, Panzer? See, you've got the moulded curve there. See this model seam where the top half and the bottom half? Some will say it's a casting seam in real life. And others sand it down and stipple it with that putty trick that you taught me with liquid poly and putty. But I don't know whether that's an intentional seam that I just leave, or is that a model seam because it's two halves of plastic that otherwise they'd have had to do an injection mould. So do I need to lose it or do I keep it? Jeff kindly's had a look. He's seen it on some turrets, as have I. I've seen it on a few, but a lot of the models I've seen built, a lot of people get rid of it. So I'm just curious as to which direction to go with that. What direction would you go? So I don't know whether there's a right and a wrong way to do it, and I want it to look right. Yes, Jackie, I have taken my pink tablet because I've got my art tablets and my metformins and that lot left, love, so I've taken my pink one. I did it Well, I'd be swig of tea, darling. Thank you for asking. Retro says, I had a kid with fake city documents trying to get into my house and look at the sump pump. Oh, really? He called the city to verify. City said it's not their worker, then called the police. Yeah, we get the electrical and the gas, fake gasman, and they've got all the uniform on. Like you say, they've got all the appropriate badges and that. Oh, yeah, we've had a report of a gas leak, and it's like, really? So all us neighbours, we all just message each other. Have you had a gas visit? Yeah, there's a fake one doing the rounds. I've rung the old bill. That's all right. I'll keep him talking then. Yeah. They just get carted away. But again, they could go over the road there to the pensioners and naughty, innit? Why do people have to do this? Don't understand it. There's enough in the world for everyone. Don't rob people. It's naughty. He says, I'll check me references and PM you off stream. Thank you very kindly, Panzer, because if anyone's going to, excuse me, if anyone's going to know, it's going to be you. And no disrespect to anyone else. I've had a lot of feedback. I was on the model making sites last night, like Brit Modeler and things like that. And is it Fields of Glory? Something like that. Armour building sites. And some had it, some didn't. But I couldn't see clear enough the pictures as to what was actually there or not. But it sticks out like a blind cobbler's thumb. It's where the two parts of the model join together. I've got the same seam on my 35th scale one of these. But then I looked at it and thought, if they had to mould that as one piece, that would be an expensive blow mould or a 3D print, wouldn't it? And the cost of manufacturing would be a nightmare. So I think it's a model seam. I think that stays, that nice curved edge. But I think this above it might need to be lost. And I've seen some where people haven't done it, but a lot of people have stippled over it and lost it. I'm not 100% sure. And I forgot you was in the chat, and I thought I'd ask you because then, yeah. I'm going to put a crew in it as well, Panzer. He says, off the top of my head, I think the real turret was a one-piece. Casting, Matt B says, Cole, good result for the Hammers tonight. No idea, mate. I haven't watched the footy because I was engrossed in getting messaged by Fox because he couldn't make it, so I've not watched football, mate. What was the result, folks? Retro says, all metformin, diabetes meds, great way to lose weight. Yes, mate. I've dropped about 3 stone, mate, but yeah. The only thing with the metformin, you don't want to lose weight the way the metformin makes you. That's all I'm saying. Sarah Jade says, Panzer, let me know and I'll tell you if you're right or not. I have to correct you sometimes, don't I? Yes, if he's wrong, Sarah Jane, can you issue a double super secret fine for me? Love and give him another 6 months. Who else is saying there? Everyone's saying good evening. Panzer. Sarah Jane says, I can only say from my viewpoint, but I think the hard sellers try more when women answer the door. Yeah, what do you know my biggest pet hate, Sarah Jane? And it absolutely drives me mad. I had it when a roofer turned up here. We had the lead soakers go on the roof up there on the chimney pot. And this is a 60-year-old house, and it was leaking. And they come out to put new lead work and all of that lot and repoint the chimney pot. All good, happy days. But my wife deals with all the finances here. Oh, like he's talking to me. Oh, yeah, this is what I've done. I said, why are you talking to me, mate? She's the one who's going to pay the bill. I said, don't ignore the wife. Talk to her, mate. She's the one who's been arranging all of this. I said, don't just come in and talk to the fella. That's been disrespectful. She's the one paying the bill. Talk to her. And also when she goes to a garage to get anything on her car, the mechanics will go, right, love, you got this, and this goes in here, and then this makes this work. And she's like, I don't know how an engine works. She says, my old man was a mechanic. She said, I don't know how it works. Don't patronise me. And she had one that patted her on the top of the head, which is the worst thing you can do to my missus because she's 5'0". She's like, what did you just do? And she's done a bit of that. She just cuffed him up under the chin. Don't patronise me, mate. I'm going to take my custom elsewhere. She never went back there. But do a lot of the women still get that? Because I think that is so disrespectful, isn't it? Is it misogynistic? Is that the word? Or sexist? But I just think it's bang out of order. And yeah, Retro says, I've been on metformin for a couple of years. I've lost 50 to 60 pounds. Yeah, I've lost 3 stone, which is what, £14 to a stone. So what's that, £48 there or thereabouts, something like that. But yeah, it's one of them. I do me bloods and all of that. Like, it's all part of it. But yeah, she said it is annoying. Yeah, if any blokes do that to the ladies, don't do it. It really is not right. Treat them with respect. Equal, you know, behind every fella is a woman that's 10 times as strong as him. So they are the stronger sex, folks. So come on, let's come into the real world. I'm going to love and leave you now. I'm rambling as usual because I don't like saying goodbye because I enjoy these little streams. Thanks for coming in and keeping me company, lastminute.com. Sorry I didn't get too much done, but I didn't get a lot of time to prepare all my bits on this one. So I'll sit and do some stuff for Monday for you. I'll see you Monday on eModels for the solo stream of me doing some more of this beautiful kit. Don't forget, if you want one, head over to emodels.co.uk. Grab one, build along with me. They are really worth it, folks. Still a fair bit to do, so we're not going to be doing painty for a little while yet. Stick with us. Anything you would like me to add to the shows going forward, let me know. Just message me or ask me in the chat and we can just go off for a random visit. If I'm having a cup of tea and a bite to eat or something, I could just sit here and take you to the website for a minute. And this is out this week, or someone might be interested in paintbrushes or sanders. Here, what glues could I use for this? We can have a look. If it's something you'd like to see, you've only got to ask me and I will endeavour to please. Retro says, thanks for the stream. It's been fun. It's been fun for me. It's always a pleasure. I'm getting kind of used to this solo stuff now, I must admit. I'm really hoping that you feel you're getting to know me more, folks, and that you're having a nice relaxed time, because I like to chill with me mates. Jeff says, great stream, Cole. We'll catch you on Friday. Take care. Stay safe. Panzer says, can we add a silence Foxfire button, folks? Yes, mate, by all means. We did it Friday on the Frolic. The idea was muted about people put in a super chat for each dollar or pound. Fox would have to stay quiet for a minute, and Panzer and Marcy put in super chats and he had to sit there quiet. It was hilarious. Phil Lewis says, thanks for the stream. My pleasure, Phil. Thank you for coming in and spending your time with me. Glyn says, thanks for another great stream. Good night all. Thank you, Glyn, for coming in and keeping me company, mate. Thank you for becoming a member. Thanks for all my members and patrons as well, folks. What else is there? That's pretty much it, peeps. So I'm going to love and leave you. We will see you Friday for a frolic. I say we. If not, I'll do something on my own. So bear that in mind, folks, and I'll see you on the next one. You take care. Bye. Donald Mackenzie says, thanks, my friends. Everyone take care.